Don't break the dinosaurs. Don't break the dinosaurs.
So you're basically Jon Snow's MVP now. So.
Yeah, man, he's right, man.
Yeah. So, what goes through your mind as a character? You know, seeing him. You know, he's coming up in the ranks. He's becoming more noticed. And how do you feel that you fit into this?
I think you know, with a character like Gren, he doesn't follow any form of high ambition. He hasn't got anything like that to strive for, so the most important characteristic that he can learn is loyalty, and Jon Snow's the character to lead them there, you know. So I don't think he has a problem following. I think he'd follow him to the death, thick and thin. And I think, you know, you see his loyalty this season.
Did R.R Martin give you a backstory? Did you ever talk to him about like your character? Because there's not a lot of info on him in the book either.
No, there's not.
Do you get to come up with your own?
Yeah, I came up. I mean, yeah, absolutely. You know, I found it more interesting coming up with my own. I'm sure George had his ideas and things, but you know, there's a lot for him to be thinking about without thinking about, you know, the third man in Jon Snow's storyline. So he's got to focus on the big picture and leave us to the small details, I suppose.
The book I finished just a few days ago that was really great was the new Bernard Cornwell, The Pagan Lord, historical fiction. Bernard Cornwell is one of the masters of historical fiction. So, you know.
As a prose stylist, what do you like about Cornwell's book, what he does?
Well, he writes mainly historicals. He does great historical research. He really creates a sense of place, and he really creates, his characters are of the time he's writing about, which is, I read a lot of historical fiction. The thing that drives me crazy is you're reading about the Roman Empire and the 20th century Americans, you know, in togas. And no, a Roman would never think that. Cornwell never makes that mistake. His research is great, and he writes the best battle scenes of anyone you ever want to read. He really captures war and what it's like to be in the middle of war, whether it's Napoleonic era in his Sharpe's book, or like the book I just mentioned, The Pagan Lord, is his Utrecht series, which is Anglo-Saxon England.
Is it escape for you? Is it a way of getting ideas? Or?
I don't like the word escape. It has pejorative connotations, but since I'm a kid, I love to read. I mean, long before I was a writer, I was a reader. Nothing I like better than to lose myself in a book, and the kind of book that you open and you can't put it down. And that's still one of the great pleasures of my life. You know, it's right up there with sex and pizza.
So the new theater, how is it? You hanging out there a lot?
It's good.
Yeah?
It's good. We've been having a Game of Thrones marathon every Monday night. We fill up the place, and we have some of our actors have been Skyping in, and it's great. We just did it last night. We're almost at the end of season 3, and Sybil Kikeli Skyped in and answered the questions. It was great.
So everybody's asking you about the Vanity Fair article, I'm sure, about how Dan and Dave said that they might pass you. We're not worried, right? We're not worried.
I don't know. They might. You know, all we can do is write the books.
Yeah.
And the books are the books, the show's the show. But, you know, they do have, they're writing 60-page scripts. I'm writing 1,500-page novels, and there are 2 of them.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe
George, can I ask you one question as a writer? What character that you've killed off would you most love to bring back and still play with, since you can't really go back?
You know, if you've read the books, I have brought back some of the dead characters.
That's true, but I don't want to say anything
usually
about
when they
that.
come back, you're sorry they came back.
Yeah,
because they're not quite the same as they were. You know, I find that death changes a person.
And living through it changes you.
Yes. I don't think you've lived through it, but, you know.
Well, we do. I feel like we do.
Right.
But I wouldn't believe you if you never were emotionally attached to someone that you brutally murdered off. So.
No, I love all my characters, even the evil ones. Not that anybody is truly 100% evil. I believe in great characters.
Absolutely not.
Yes. Thank you so much for coming all the way down here and talking to us.
My pleasure.
Waiting for you. And
Winter is coming.
Yeah. Chris says hi, by the way. He did text me earlier.
Oh, good.
By the way, George, where is your theater?
In Santa Fe, New Mexico, the Sean Cocteau.
Okay. Thank you.